Raven is presently regarded as a formidable force in the mid to late game, characterized by a distinctive annoyance playstyle. Additionally, as one of the most disliked clans, Raven excels across all game modes in Northgard. By employing scouts and conducting raids, the Raven clan acquires insights into the enemy's strategies based on their builds, subsequently adapting their own build to suit the current circumstances, showcasing remarkable flexibility. The Raven clan can compel the enemy to reveal their production facilities, necessitating the construction of primary production buildings on non-coastal or main tiles to thwart Raven's potential economic advantage through raids. This strategy facilitates the Raven clan's ability to exert pressure or harass the opponent on the outer tile where essential production buildings are located. Moreover, the Raven clan secures victory through significant trade advantages, thereby putting pressure on the enemy's krönws' production. This versatility allows the Raven clan to explore various strategies and options regarding win conditions and map control, rendering it one of the most challenging clans to confront. Regarding the challenges associated with learning, the clan primarily offers economic bonuses linked to krönws and lore, rather than to food and wood. This makes it quite challenging for newcomers to grasp. To effectively optimize the clan, Raven necessitates a solid understanding of basic resource management. Otherwise, players may easily encounter difficulties. In a team setting, Raven demands considerable early scouting knowledge of the map, mid-game tile contesting, and effective krön management to avoid falling behind or disrupting the clan's clear pathing. Since the Raven clan is responsible for all scouting activities, it is crucial to identify optimal scouting locations, as this can significantly influence the clear clan's strength and pressure during the early to mid-game phases. Prioritizing which enemy to scout first can generate substantial early game momentum for the clan. In other game modes, playing as Raven is considerably simpler. The primary tasks involve scouting and raiding, which can frustrate opponents to the point of quitting. The Raven clan exhibits robust economic growth, with most of its economic bonuses centered on krön production, enabling the clan to achieve formidable power in the mid to late game. Raven's military capabilities are exceptionally strong during the mid to late game, attributed to krön production, unique clan features, and lore. The Raven clan possesses significant pressure and harassment capabilities. In a team game context, Raven primarily focuses on scouting for the team and disrupting the placement of enemy production buildings, particularly when numerous coastal tiles are available. This strategy can lead to a significant advantage in the game. Additionally, after thoroughly scouting the map, Raven may choose to establish relationships with teammates if there are no formidable neutral factions to ally with, such as a dwarf camp or a Jotun camp. The Raven clan benefits from a starting bonus that allows them to spend krönws to colonize new areas. This advantage is particularly beneficial for the Raven clan, which excels in krönws production. It is advisable to prioritize colonizing new zones with krönws instead of food. However, players should avoid excessive colonization with krönws in the early game if there are no ruins, wrecks, or fox dens available. Since the majority of the krönws production bonus activates after some development, it can be challenging for players to construct specialized krönws production buildings, such as a lighthouse. The harbor replaces the longship dock with a more cost-effective option, enabling players to scout with a sailor to generate lore production, or to produce krönws without generating lore. Furthermore, players have the option to hire mercenaries to raid tiles and gather resources. The number of mercenaries that can be hired is contingent upon the number of sailors in the harbor. More mercenaries equate to higher hiring costs and increased resource looting potential. The Raven clan earns lore by scouting new zones and gains fame by discovering neutral factions and enemy town halls. This mechanism allows Raven to achieve rapid lore and fame production in the early game, providing the player with a lore advantage over other clans during this phase. Considering the fame bonus, at 200 fame, mercenaries from the homeland enable the player to raid enemy territories, excluding town halls. This compels the enemy to position their production buildings away from coastal tiles to thwart the Ravens from accumulating resources. However, they may face an unprotected economy if the map spawn is not advantageous. The player can assign 3 additional sailors in their harbor with a lighthouse, allowing for trade with their homeland. These bonuses permit the player to accumulate a total of 5 sailors without an upgraded harbor, or 6 sailors with an upgraded harbor in the same area. Furthermore, the player can utilize their trading post to exchange krönws for various resources that meet their requirements, providing flexibility in dual or FFA scenarios. At 500 fame, wartime economy benefits are provided. All upkeep costs are reduced by 15%, while the upkeep for military buildings is decreased by 50%. Mercenaries can be recruited from military structures. They do not consume food or wood, but require krönws to remain in the warband. Raids can target enemy town halls. Given that all buildings incur upkeep costs, and upgraded buildings and war camps have the highest krön upkeep, these deductions will significantly aid in the long term by generating more krön net income, enabling the player to recruit additional warbands, trade with Miklagard, or colonize tiles using krönws. Additionally, the player will have the opportunity to recruit Raven Special Unit mercenaries, which are beneficial for sustaining food and wood when overconverting. The Raven clan excels with all relics, enabling them to adopt unique strategies based on specific maps and victory conditions. The special relic, Naglfar, grants Raven ships the ability to remain unsinkable, rendering them immune to the effects of the Kraken and the Frozen Sea event. A son of Hermr participates in every mercenary raid, with their strength determined by the number of mercenaries engaged in battle alongside them. This relic counters special events, complicates defense during raids, and compels a confrontation with the enemy in coastal regions when the Raven clan exerts pressure on the enemy base. Mjolnir is most effective when a player seeks to initiate combat with the enemy in maps that do not feature many coastal tiles. The potential of the Jorman relic allows the Raven clan to gain fame if they accumulate sufficient fame in free-for-all or dual game modes. Gefjun's jar enhances the happiness and economic production of the Raven clan. Examining the technology tree, the Raven clan offers significant krönws that enhance economic growth and military capabilities, providing a degree of flexibility. The Raven's unique advantage, Rangers, boosts exploration speed by 25%. Scouts experience a 50% reduction in food consumption and are immune to damage while exploring. This advantage ensures a sustainable supply for your scouts, enabling them to scout more efficiently, which synergizes well with the clan's initial bonus of acquiring lore while exploring new areas. Additionally, this advantage assists players in maintaining food resources while fostering relationships with neutral factions. Journeymen enhance your happiness based on the territories players have explored. This advantage allows the Raven clan to postpone or forego the construction of the brewer building due to the substantial happiness it provides. It is important to note that this flat amount bonus is unaffected by feasts or blizzard events, in contrast to brewers, which consume resources and are influenced by these conditions. Exotic goods facilitate the unlocking of the lighthouse and the sea trade route with Miklagard, increasing sailors' resource production by 20%. Trade routes with Miklagard yield an additional +1 happiness. This advantage serves as the foundation for most Raven strategies, enabling the clan's late-game scaling and early to mid-game development. Furthermore, trade routes with Miklagard provide an extra +1 happiness, assisting players in rapidly establishing trade in the early game to acquire resources at a 30% or 50% trade relationship with Miklagard while sustaining a high happiness level, which contributes to increased population growth speed. The military technology tree appears robust. Notably, the gear upgrade grants military units a +4% increase in attack power and defense for each active sailor or merchant, up to a maximum of 20%. Players can easily activate this advantage to its full potential by employing 5 sailors at the harbor. It is essential to remember that this is a percentage bonus to attack and defense statistics. Consequently, after forming alliances with Jotun or Geant, players can obtain the Jotun champion or Geant, who can inherit these bonuses, rendering them exceptionally resilient and capable of absorbing significant damage before being eliminated. Examining the military paths, the Raven clan exhibits a robust synergy with all military routes. This allows for flexibility and adaptability in gameplay, map spawns, win conditions, and game modes. Additionally, the Raven's warchief possesses a unique ability known as Odin's Eyes, which enables players to see through the fog of war for a limited duration. This capability provides the Raven Clan with enhanced insight into the enemy's strategies, allowing them to modify their military path accordingly. The advantages of the Raven Clan are evident. They exhibit strong scaling, flexibility with early scouting, and the ability to form alliances with neutral factions to secure advantages in the mid to late game. Their military units are decent, boasting high damage and defense statistics, and they synergize well with all game modes. Furthermore, if a player opts for blind picks and unexpectedly selects the Raven Clan, the element of surprise can trigger a significant snowball effect. However, the Raven Clan is not without its notable weaknesses, including a dependency on map spawns, particularly coastal spawns, weak early economics, and challenges related to food production. In summary, managing the Raven Clan can be quite demanding, as balancing resources under pressure can prove difficult. The Raven Clan can generate substantial krönws income to mitigate these issues by raiding coastal areas for resources. However, this inconsistent resource income can become problematic if the enemy successfully counters the raids, resulting in no gains for the player if the raids are thwarted. In conclusion, although the Raven Clan may pose challenges for novices due to its distinctive resource bonuses, the benefits of mastering it are substantial, particularly in terms of effective strategies and superior mechanics in free-for-all, FFA, and duel modes. In team gameplay, the Raven Clan functions as a scouting, supportive, and scaling faction, offering early game visibility for the clear clan and revealing the enemy base to facilitate both aggressive and defensive play. Overall, the Raven Clan is a formidable choice across all game modes, exhibiting strong scaling capabilities, and is highly recommended for those looking to enhance their map awareness, strategic planning, scouting skills, and fundamental resource management.